Presentation about argumentative writing or justification writing or whatever you want to call it. I notice speaking to a lot of different people in the professional environment that students need to be able to prove what they know and to justify it by referencing text or information that they've acquired. So therefore, I created a rubric that was easy to follow for students and for teachers to quickly grade their assessment, grade their own paper or each other's, and be able to support their answers. I downloaded tons of rubrics and consolidated into something that's really simple and for everyone to utilize. Okay, now my schedule for the week: I teach science every day, and as you can see, it's 5 days. I start with content introduction, then review, then doing experiments and centers. And I wanted the writing to be done at a separate block, not during my science time, because if you're in a school similar to mine, people are frowned upon when you're doing science or any other hands-on activities on a different content area part of your schedule. But if the students are writing, then you can use that during literacy, during your writing block, or what have you. So I really want to keep the science block just for science. Especially when it comes to hands-on activities, and writing could be, since writing is open-ended, you might as well write about science during your writing time or literacy time. All right, so I attached. This is the rubric. Now you can put this on a poster. You can put it on Google Drive. You can assign it to the students if they're one-on-one, what have you. But here it is. It's a 4-point scale from incomplete all the way up to proficient. As you can see, I just stated it as simple as possible using all the different rubrics. So they restate their topic and answer the question correctly or incorrectly or with minor errors. They support their answer with 2 or more details, and they explain those details from what they have learned. That either be the same content or multiple types of content, like a video or a passage or what have you, or experiences, like experiments, that kind of thing. So if it's a 4, they get 2. They're explaining fully 2 resources. If it's a 3, they're using 1. A 2, they mention it's a 2 if they mention the reference, where they got the content from and the information, but they're not really supporting it. And 1, they have no clue. Is it easy to read? Is it focused, or is it a mess and difficult to read? So your score goes from 4 to 1. Are they using vocabulary? Now, say for example they're writing a prompt about the water cycle, their typical content vocabulary would be precipitation, evaporation, and condensation. But to get a 4, they're using other words like water vapor and water droplets, and then explaining how they help or support the water cycle. That would be a 4. Now, if they are using them somewhat, you get a 3, but if they're not using them, you get a 2, and so forth. And I think that grammar and spelling and capitalization should still be emphasized regardless if you're using a computer or not, so I added that as well. So a 3 to me is proficient, so it's minor errors, and a 4 is fantastic. A 2 is weak, and 1 is a mess. So I have my students redo 2s and 1s in class before they move on to the next part of the project. Now, to entice the students, we use this information, regardless if it's social studies or prompt or writing, literacy or math or science, that the technology integration with their writing is what really is a great selling point in my classroom. The students used to hate writing, but now they love it, because as soon as they can answer an essential question based on their content and they can support it, then they can use this information to create something fantastic in the classroom. Some of those ideas are to create a board builder or a paper slide video, or to put it on a green screen or a Prezi, make a video lab report similar to like the Discovery at Mythbusters, or make something that's interactive that they can scan using augmented reality, like Daiquiri or Erasmus. Since we're one-on-one, they can easily put this on Canvas or Discovery Education or their sites and what have you, including these different things here. I also created a student copy if you have students that need more of a checklist. So I have this laminated, and for the students to go through and they just check it off if they are at this point when they're writing it. Some students, if they're very linear, I put them started on the very beginning on the level 1, and if they can check out of this, then they can move on to level 2. So it's basically they're writing their paper and they're reviewing it, and they're trying to level it up to increase its ability to explain themselves proper, and then they can get a 3 or a 4, which is a decent grade. Okay. I also provided all the essential questions I can think of in science, so it's a one big list, including some essay questions. So, going back to using what they've learned with their writing, they can create all these different ideas. I showed to the class a paper slide video from Lodge McCannon, and then, which was a great selling point. A lot of people were very interested because everyone that I presented to had no idea what a paper slide was. So I was glad I was able to share this wonderful idea resource that Lodge provided at one of the seminars that I went to. So, in a nutshell, there it is. It's a writing prompt. It's attached is the rubric to use, and I hope that it becomes useful for you.